So if Dan got Dan and you got Dan, who gonna get you?
Stop watching my neck, it's flossy, make me deposits. My gloss is popping, you like my hair, cheap things, just bought it. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you guys are new. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys, so sorry about that, y'all. I still didn't figure out how to get that together. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all 21 things that I've learned since I am 21 years old. In my 20 years of life, because isn't it technically 20 years and not 21 years because I'm going on my 21st year? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Got me a little drink. I'm not going to tell y'all what's in it because it might be alcoholic, it might not, but I'm 21, so it don't matter. So make sure you guys grab yourself a snack, grab you a cute little drink. I do not promote underage drinking at all, not in the slightest bit. Get you some Tropicana, get you some White's Cran Strawberry, get you whatever you gotta get, girl. And have a seat, get your notebook, because it's time to listen. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is definitely, number one, start taking your mental health seriously. One thing I learned throughout the past 3 years of my life, I started going to therapy right after my best friend died, right after I graduated high school and stuff. So this was the beginning of 2019. I've been going to therapy since I was 18 years old, y'all. I'm 21. And I never really realized like how much stuff, how much trauma I had, how many insecurities I had. And I'm not saying I have a lot, but I'm just saying like, it's just a lot of things I didn't realize until I started going to therapy. And I'm so sorry about this lighting, y'all. These trees keep on moving, the sun keep moving, the clouds keep moving, so it's gonna move away in a second. Yes, like I did not realize, I guess I didn't realize things. I didn't realize how flawed everyone is, including myself. Like I did not realize that at all. And I'm saying that to say, I didn't realize that until I started going to therapy. For one, I didn't realize it on the level that I realize it now until I started going to therapy. That's the key, because I feel like when you start to identify things, when you know different signs of trauma-based responses and stuff like that, you really start to look at people differently. You start to be more understanding, and I feel like that's where I'm kind of at. This one quote that my therapist tells me all the time is that people go to therapy to deal with people who aren't in therapy. So let that sink in. But yeah, so that's definitely number one. I would say definitely go to a therapist. Just talk to a person who's going to be unbiased, doesn't have any feelings towards you or any feeling towards anybody else to try to be biased with it. I feel like that's like the best thing to help you grow as a person, because you could be doing something wrong, the other person could be doing something wrong. Like you could realize that, you know, this is a situation you're not supposed to be in. You could have a reality check and be like, dang, like I was really doing this, I was really doing that. And sometimes you have to do that. I've had to do that a couple of times myself and be like, oh, so it's me. And you know, it's okay to have that, because we're flawed, we are humans, we're going to mess up, we're going to not understand stuff, we're going to be unaware of things. But for me, it's just what you do after that really shows the type of person that you are. So yeah, I definitely suggest going to therapy. This is your sign to go. Yeah, like your mental health is very important, so important. Please take care of yourself in every aspect, in all aspects of self-care, not just in physical form, but in mental, emotional form as well. So that's just taking time to yourself, spending time with loved ones, writing, journaling, singing, dancing, recording, doing whatever it is that you love that gives you a peace of mind. Make sure you make time for that, because it's going to hurt you more in the end. So the second thing that I want to say is to definitely put yourself first. Something that I really learned the past year or so, I'm gonna say past 2 years, to really just put yourself first. Because the way I view it, and like not in a bad, negative, selfish way where you're not being kind and fair to others, but to where you're respecting yourself. You know, like don't wear yourself thin trying to please everybody else and do this for everybody else and etc, etc. Don't do that, because at the end of the day, how I view it is that you are responsible for you. So if you're around taking care of everybody else, who's taking care of you? Because at the end of the day, let's just say, I don't even know, let's say Dan. You helping Dan do this stuff every single day, but guess what? Dan got Dan. So if Dan got Dan and you got Dan, who gonna get you? And that's just what I think about. That's how I have to think about things. Just putting myself first, because literally you can't even help anybody else if you're not helping yourself. That's another thing too. But yeah, just make sure to put yourself first, 100%. Don't be selfish in a bad way and, be mean to everybody else. Definitely make time to help other people and give back and stuff like that, but definitely put yourself first. So don't feel bad for putting yourself first, because you literally have to. Like, that is why you are in your body and they're in their body. So they can take care of them and you take care of you first. So the third thing that I learned is to definitely not be pessimistic. I was never really a pessimistic person. And y'all, I'm squinting a little bit because the sun is in my face. I was never really a pessimistic person though. Now that I remember, I feel like I always remember everything not always working out 100% in my favor, but like most of the time, like even when I was younger, it would work out in my favor. But I also kind of learned at a young age that like everything happens for a reason. There was this one time me and my cousin, we wanted to go to the skating rink. They used to have this thing called 7-Eleven. It was called 7 to 11, I think, or 7-Eleven. It was something like that. And it's every Saturday night, and we wanted to go, y'all. We got our outfits together. We was looking all cute. We was matching. And we get there, and the tickets, like, were sold out. Like, they were overbooked. They were oversold. And we had to go home because we literally just couldn't get in. So, come to find out, I think maybe we left. I can't remember where we went. But I just know, like, the next day or later that night, we found out that they actually started shooting at the skating rink. I don't remember if anybody got hurt or anything like that. But I know that they started shooting at the skating rink, and it was like the same night that we were there, and we both just kind of felt like, and her mom was also just like, wow, that's how you know everything happened for a reason. You are where you're supposed to be at that time for a reason, because what if we were there and we would have got hit? Like that could have been, and I wouldn't even be here to even be talking to you guys if I would have stayed there and ended up getting into the skating rink. So that example, that happened to me probably when I was about 14. I just remember that. Like, I remember that exact thing and learning that exact lesson at that time. So yeah, I would definitely say just don't be pessimistic. Just know that everything happens how it happens for a reason. And like I know that like a lot of times it'd be very hard to see the lights, to see the positivity when stuff is happening. But you really just have to continue to have your faith in whoever you believe in. Just know that everything happens for a reason. I feel like being optimistic is the only way to attract good things. If you are being pessimistic, then it's just gonna happen exactly how you said it's gonna happen. Like if you say I'm gonna have a bad life, guess what? You're gonna have a bad life, because that's what you believe. But if you believe that you're destined for more than if you believe that you're destined to be more than what your current situation is, you continue to have that faith and use that faith, like, to have action and just continue to do your part on getting you where you need to be, you're going to get there. Like, you're going to get there. That's just the math that I'm seeing. And y'all will see me as an example in a little minute. Just wait on it. So just be positive, just try to find the lesson in every situation that you have going on. Try to figure out what you can learn from it, what you can do better. And I feel like that's so, like, now I hear myself say this. People would tell this to me sometimes. My therapist would tell this to me sometimes. And like, at first I'm just like, what do you mean? But like now I feel like it makes sense, because if you look at things like that, instead of looking at it like, oh my God, like this stuff is just happening to me, etc., it feels way worse than what it actually is and what it could be, if that makes sense to you guys. So like, let's just say my car breaks down today. That is like sad. Oh my God, I hope my car doesn't break down today. I was getting ready to go on a date. My date cancels on me, right? And he says that I'm ugly, or he just says these negative things, I guess I would say. That would make you feel so terrible. Like, honestly, that would make me feel so bad. Well, part of me, I would feel bad because I'm like, dang, like that's kind of messed up. But I feel like now the way I would look at it as, okay, so clearly I'm not his type for one. I feel like he's projecting. I don't feel like that's very nice. I feel like that's very rude. And I would try to figure out what red flags did I miss or did I choose to not see to cause me to even be in a situation like this. That's how I would handle it, and figure out how to not take that personally. Because I don't know, I just feel like that's really mean. And I feel like people only do that when they're hurting themselves, but we'll get into that later on. Okay, so number 4 kind of ties into number 1, which is sometimes you are the problem. This was something I did kind of have to learn too, like I told you guys earlier, that sometimes you are the problem. But like sometimes you really just aren't aware. So I feel like I definitely had to learn to like give myself a self-check. Certain situations occur, like let's just say I get into an argument with somebody or something, or I find a problem, or just there's some kind of altercation. I would just give myself a self-check and just be like, okay, could I have done this better? Did I do this wrong? Was I being thoughtful of this person's feelings, or whatever the case may be? Like I would actually ask myself that. And if I did do something wrong, I'm immediately apologizing and letting them know that like it was unintentional, or that I'm sorry if it was intentional, and I just, whatever the case may be, I'm apologizing, and I'm just gonna continue to be more aware of it, you know, moving forward, if it's not something that's too bad to where they don't want to talk to me and stuff. But I would definitely, you know, apologize and just communicate how sorry I am and how I do plan on doing better. That's what I just feel like good people do when they're wrong. So that's what I would do, and just be aware of myself and give myself the self-check moving forward. Number 5 is to create a balance in your life. Balance. You need to have balance. Take at least one day out of the week for yourself, just to completely take care of yourself. Or even if you just want to, even if like your schedule just allows you to take an hour or whatever, take time for yourself. Like I said, you have to put yourself first. You have to pour into yourself, because you cannot pour into the world and give back to the world to be a great human being if you're not taking care of yourself. I feel like when you do, you're on a higher vibration because you feel good about yourself. You know, you loving how you look. Like, y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all see where I'm going? Like, it really all just starts within. And I honestly just feel like if you spend your whole life working, and you die tomorrow, when you look back on your life, what are you going to say you did? Like, oh, I just worked to get to my future goals, and now you're dead and you didn't reach them. Like, not, you know, like, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, not saying that you're gonna die, because you know, you might not, you probably won't, but I'm just saying, like, you want to be able to look back at your life and just say that you took the time and enjoyed it. Because y'all, when you really think about it, you do not get time back. Like, you cannot go back to yesterday, you cannot go back to 2 weeks ago. Just enjoy your life. I do wish that I did more when I was in high school. So now I'm making sure that I'm starting to get outside more. You know, you guys haven't been seeing that and stuff like that, because it's time to live life. I'm 21. We do not get to be 21 again. You don't get to be young again. You just keep on getting older. So I advise everybody to just enjoy your life, enjoy yourself, and have balance. Okay, so number 6, don't take things personal. Taking things personal is only gonna get you and your feelings hurt. A lot of things, like 90% of things, you cannot take personal. I had to learn that too. A lot of things, like when people do stuff to you, like y'all, I had a coworker who literally would just lie on me and just say I wasn't doing this and say I had favoritism and blah, 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 blah. And like, she would literally just go out of her way to try to get me in trouble. And I'm just like, I didn't even do you anything. And I was like low-key kind of hurt, because I'm like, wow, like I'm just here, you know, to do my job, to have fun, haha, kiki with you guys. And she was just trying to get me fired. She was trying to get me in trouble and all kinds of stuff. And I really just kind of felt like, I kind of felt attacked, and I kind of was hurt, like I said, but I just felt like, you know, like, why are you doing this to me? And then I had to kind of take a step back and just look at that person and reevaluate and reassess, and kind of just take a look at that person and just see that this isn't towards me. Whatever reason that they're doing this, they're trying to take it out on me, is something that's really just dealing with them. That's what you're dealing with, and you don't know the proper way to express it. You're just, you know, you're just doing stuff, trying to ruin other people's lives because you're miserable. And I had to realize that, like, you just cannot take stuff personally. So yeah, so that just goes for anybody in your life. You know, like, literally anybody could be jealous of you. Anybody could be doing things to you. People do things to you, but it's really just a reflection of how they feel about themselves and how they are as a person. Because I feel like if you're a happy person, if you're good, if you have, you know, if everything's going good in your life, and not going good, but if you're just genuinely happy and healed, and you're not holding in all of this negative energy and stuff, you're not gonna be trying to tell on nobody. You're not gonna be trying to snitch on them. You know, you're not gonna be doing all that. And so you just you just have to assess that. You have to take that into consideration when reacting to things that people do to you. And that's a perfect example. Just like trolls on Twitter and on Instagram and stuff, they talk about celebrities and badmouth them and everything else. Why are you so worried about what they're doing? Like, depending on what it is, but it's just like, why are you talking trash to this person? Like, you really sat there and got on the internet, typed all that up, and then posted it. Go work on yourself. Go focus on yourself. Why are you doing that? Like, why? That doesn't mean excuse people for the things that they do. It means to to see what they're doing and you move accordingly. So you have to move accordingly when you see how people are acting. Don't take it personal, but move accordingly. Oh my gosh, y'all, the sun is going down so freaking fast. So number 7 is definitely always take risks. Take risks, take risks, take risks. I know it's scary, but I feel like what I've learned that change is good. I know, like, I haven't really experienced like too much change because I'm still so young, but change is good. You have to look at things positively. So just take risks. Everything is a learning lesson. I just feel like we're gonna fail. I know I'm gonna fail at some things. I'm not gonna do everything perfectly because that's just a part of life. Some things I have to learn from failing, and so do everybody else. That's why we have lessons. That's why we learn lessons, and that's the whole reason of us failing. So just don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to that, but take risk. I mean, think about the risk, but take a risk from time to time. Do something outside the box. Do something different whenever you can and whenever the opportunity presents to you, or when you have an idea, go for it. Try it out. I mean, the worst thing you can do is fail. And I mean, that's just a part of life. Like, it happens. Like, it just happens. We're all gonna fail. Like, we do crazy stuff. I do crazy stuff all the time. I do things that I don't know about all the time. I just learned my lesson. I mean, life, we just can't be like so serious. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna fail. Like, they're gonna laugh at me and blah, 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 blah. They don't even have their stuff together. So why are they trying to laugh at you? So number 8 is always do your best. But I learned this from the 4 agreements of life, is to always do your best. Do your best with everything that you can. And I feel like that is enough. So like, even with me saying taking risks, if you take a risk, just do the best that you can. Put 110%, put whatever you can put into. And I feel like when you have the satisfaction of knowing you did the best that you could, that's all that matters. I mean, you did what you could at the time. That was your best that you could give. And just do that every day. I mean, like, your best is going to be different every day. Tomorrow, you might be able to get 5 things off your list. The next day, you might be able to get 2. Next day, you might be able to get 10. You just have to do your best and take your, just be kind to yourself. The next thing is to believe in yourself. I learned that I need to really believe in myself to grow and to do the things that I want to do and to do the things that I'm destined to do. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to build up that confidence. However, you have to build up your confidence, whether you got to listen to music, whether you have to get all dolled up, whether you have to change how you look, whether you have to change up your space, whatever it is you have to do. Find a way to start believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself because, like I said, you got to live with you. So if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. You have to believe in yourself. Next thing is to invest in yourself, and that is in all aspects. So invest in saving money up for yourself. Invest in making sure your credit is together. Invest in general, make investments and stuff like that. Get into the stocks and all the rest of the names, NFTs and ETRs and all that good stuff. Invest in that way too, but just definitely invest in yourself, indulge in yourself, invest in the self-care, invest into good quality clothes, good quality food. So taking care of yourself physically with your health, invest in good quality bedding, furniture, your mattress and stuff like that. Just invest in yourself and give yourself the best that you could give yourself at that time. This one, oh my God, I love how these kind of all tie in together. Like, I did not do this on purpose. Next thing, to indulge in self-care, which is still kind of investing in yourself, but more specifically to self-care. I didn't realize how much I loved self-care until I stopped doing it this year. Like, I went through a period where I just was not taking care of myself. I was just not taking care of myself, and it went on for about 2 months or something like that. It wasn't too long, but I just did not. I was just not taking care of myself, y'all. And I was just so focused on trying to get everything together with me moving out here and securing a job and working, etc., that I just put myself on the back burner, and it started to show. I had nails on that I had all the way from freaking Christmas. I had old nails on that were so grown out. My hair wasn't done. I hadn't brushed my hair in who knows how long. I ain't washed it in who knows how long. I just felt so low. I felt so bad. And I never want to let myself get to that point ever again, because who wants to feel like that? Like, invest in your self-care, indulge in your self-care as much as you can afford, as much as you can at this time. So the next thing is to express gratitude. You have to be grateful and appreciative for everything that you already have to even be able to get more. My mom used to tell us about when we were living in our apartment, she would just tell us, like, why would God bless us with more if we're not even showing that we're grateful and appreciating what we have? Because she would get upset when certain stuff wasn't clean. You know how mamas be. But that kind of stuck with me, because it really kind of, well, it stuck with me then, but it didn't 100% click until I really started learning about gratitude and just being grateful for what you have. And like, I just remembered that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. You have to be grateful for what you have, and you have to show the universe, God, or whoever it is you praise, you have to show them that you're appreciative of what you have. Because if you don't appreciate what you have, then why am I going to give you more? Like, that's like if you give a kid a candy. If they don't say thank you for the candy that you give them, you going to give them some more? No, you're not going to give them any more. I'm about to go ahead and switch locations, y'all, because the sun went down way earlier than I thought it was. So I'm going to see you guys in the next clip. Okay, you guys, so I switched locations. It isn't the best. Another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, this is a little funny. So I just want to say, just do things with pure intentions, y'all, because karma don't play. Let me tell y'all what happened to me. So I was working at this place. They had some cleansing wipes. So like, they were cleaning wipes that you can use on your body. I think they were flushable on there. So I'm thinking you're supposed to use it for, you know, your intimate parts, because why else would it be flushable? You know, I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. Oh, and I'm so sorry for this echo, y'all. Yeah, so I'm thinking that the wipes are like, I can use them on my, you know, intimate areas. Y'all, I started using them. So I didn't buy them. I took them, because, not took them, but you know, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So I had the wipes. I took some wipes home and I started using them. And y'all, I pretty much gave myself a rash in my intimate areas. I was really over here wondering, like, what the heck is going on? What did I do wrong? And that was what it was. I read the pack and saw that it said a cleansing cloth, not just like a regular wipe, because I'm thinking this is just a regular wipe, you know, prepackaged, like the honey pot wipes. So I gave myself a rash. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do that ever again. Because maybe if I had asked somebody about that, I probably would have knew exactly what it was and I wouldn't have a freaking rash. I'm saying all that to say, just do stuff with pure intentions. I don't know if that was like the perfect example, but just do stuff with pure intentions, because the universe, the Lord sees. He sees all. He sees what's going on, and he sees what your heart is really about. See anybody else's approval for anything. You live your life how you want to live your life. And this is something that I feel like I've had to learn, because I don't really even know, but I just felt like I just needed to make my family proud. Like, I just needed to do what they wanted me to do, and I don't have to do that. Like, of course I want my parents to be proud of me, but I'm not living my life for them. I'm living life for me. It's like they live their lives for them, not for their parents. And just like my children are gonna live their lives for them and not for me. I'm gonna accomplish what I want to accomplish in my life, and my child is gonna be able to do whatever they want to do, because it is your life. You know, to a certain extent. You're not doing no crazy stuff, but it's your life. Like, you have to live your life how you want to live your life. And the next thing that kind of brings me into the next thing is traveling. I feel like traveling is so essential. It is so key to everything, because it really just opens up your mind to like just knowing that there are so many possibilities. There's so many different cultures. There's so many different foods to try, activities to do, parts of the world. Like, we need to start traveling the world, especially us as Black people. We need to start traveling the world, learning new languages, just soaking in more stuff, just being out there. You know, like, there's so much more to the world than the United States. Like, there's so much more world, there's so much beauty. I just feel like we have to open our eyes and open our mind to more than just the small part of the world that we live in or that we see. Prioritize taking care of yourself. And I say that, I mean, in just like exercising, eating right, planning, just keeping yourself, doing your best to keep yourself on track. I would definitely say just normalize that. I know going to the gym is really just like not that fun to everybody. Sometimes it ain't even really fun to me, but just do something to get yourself active. Like, I know a lot of people do like Pilates, or they do yoga. I know I like to get active sometimes. I like to go on runs or go on a walk. I really wish that I was able to do like some fun activities like doing volleyball, and maybe doing like not tennis, maybe like volleyball or softball. Like I like those sports. Find a way to do something to be active that you like. Being active is definitely going to help you in the long run as far as just your body. Like, you want to really be able to see yourself be successful and just live out your fabulous life. You can't live your fabulous life out if you're in the hospital because you got diabetes, or whatever the case may be, because you weren't taking care of yourself. And y'all, I'm talking to myself too. I gotta get it together too. Number 17. So it's more to life than just your circumstances. Like I was telling you guys earlier, it may just kind of look like everything is just bad, you know, when you're in it and stuff like that. It may just look like it's so bad, but honestly, it's just one part, you guys. Like, I know it's just one part. Your circumstances are not, it's not your forever. It's not your final destination. What's that saying? That's the quote or the scripture. Your current situation is not your final destination. I think that's what it is, and that is the truth. Just because you're going through something right now, that does not mean that that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life. I feel like that's what really stops a lot of people from growing and doing the things that they really want to do, because they just feel like this is it. Like, this is all I get. This is all I have. And I feel like that's how people become complacent, and that's how they come. And that's why people, like, they get complacent and they get fearful of what's next, because they just feel like there's nothing else out there for them. And you cannot think like that. There is stuff out there for you. You just have to be patient, and you have to just be focused and just grind and drive and do what you gotta do, and you are going to get there. Like, we're gonna make it, sis. We're gonna make it. So that kind of goes into my next point, which is you control the narrative of your life. If you do not like your circumstances, you don't like your situation, figure out how you can change it. I didn't like my situation. Like, I don't want to say I didn't like it. I felt like there was more out there for me. You guys know I came out here to go to school and pursue my dreams and just set a better foundation for myself to do all of the things that I want to do in life. I didn't want to go to school in New Orleans because I felt like there were better schools out here. I want to go somewhere where I'm actually going to learn. I want more. I want better. And I can have better. I wanted to move to Atlanta. I moved by myself, away from like all of my immediate and intermediate family, if that's the correct word. And I'm still here, y'all. It was rough at first. It was hard. I was homesick, and sometimes I still get homesick now, but I'm here. I am thriving. I'm just getting ready to live my life, y'all. And I feel like everybody should do the same. It may be scary, and y'all, it really was scary for me at first, but I know I can do anything that I put my mind to. And so can you, period. So another thing that I learned was to accept people for who they are. Accept them for who they are. If they're showing you that they are reckless and don't care about their own time, believe them. Don't allow them to continue to have to show you several times, because the first time they show you is going to be the same as the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time. That's just who they are. That doesn't mean you have to deal with it. You move accordingly. So when people show you who they are, believe them. And then that leads into another point that I have. Another thing that I learned is that you can't help people who don't want to help themselves. They're like, just one thing I love to do that I learned, and I feel like it's one of my purposes, help other people. Like, I just love helping other people. I love putting a smile on other people's faces and helping people get on, to the extent I get so over involved in me helping people that I didn't realize that people actually have to want the help. Like, people actually have to want to change your life and change their circumstance for anything that I'm going to do to be in effect and to work. Because I mean, they have to want it for themselves. Like, just like if somebody wants to help me, they can keep on telling me, oh, here, yes, I got that, blah, 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 you should do that. But if I'm not trying to hear that, if I'm not focused on that, it's gonna be no use. Like, 'cause I don't want it. Y'all get what I'm saying? Definitely learn to just observe. I have to learn that I have to start observing and just looking at people and watching people. I realize that I'm getting to the age where, like, I'm really in the real world now. So it's like I have to deal with so many different people, so many different personalities on a regular day. And you just have to watch people. You have to learn to pay attention. I feel like I really had to learn to just not talk as much and just listen. It's not really gonna do too much, you know, and you don't need to have everybody in your business anyways. whatever it is, whether you got a new job because people be plotting on you and everything, like you just never know. So definitely just be mindful of what you say, how you say it, and who you're saying it to. Last thing that I want to tell you guys to wrap everything up is to be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Like literally continuously, and I have been working on myself, just being myself, learning the things that I love. Learning things that I love to do, learning things I love to eat, just learning so much more about myself. But just be yourself. You are made how you are made to be you. You're made this way for a reason. You cannot be Sally, you can't be Josh, you can't be Andrew. You gotta be you. Okay, y'all, I think I fixed it. Oh my God, I think I got it. The thing I wanted to also say, like, just want to throw in there, to also learn yourself. Like, I really didn't talk too much about this, but I feel like this is definitely super duper pooper scooper important. You have to take time and learn stuff. Learn what you like, learn what triggers you, learn your love languages, learn what your favorite color is, learn yourself in every single aspect. I feel like once we master ourselves, once we master knowing the things that trigger us, knowing the things that make us super happy, knowing what stresses us out, and etc., we can navigate through life so much better. That's really all I have to say. You know, like taking yourself out on dates, reading, staying inside, just chilling, or even going out and just experiencing the outside world, trying new things. Just make your life a great life. Like, you want to look back at your life at the end. I don't know what happened after you died, but look back at your life and just be happy with what you see. I'm gonna leave that with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much again for all of the birthday love and stuff. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and stuff. You can DM me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, if I should do a part 2 on things that I learned, should I do like a real chit chat, sit down with me, like, y'all let me know what kind of videos y'all want. And make sure you guys like this video and comment and subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.